What if I tell you that I have the solution or the counter of the basilisk argument? An anti-basilisk that could change the argument. First of all, what is a basilisk? It's an ancient mythical creature that could potentially kill any hero with its glare. The basilisk argument or the thought experiment says that there will be a future AI that kills all the people who try stopping it from coming into existence. This thought eventually leads us to support its existence, but we are only given two possibilities in the endless sea of possibility. We are only looking at two spectrums, one negative and another one neutral. What if there is a positive spectrum? But first let us discover these two possibilities. If the basilisk could simulate every human mind ever existed, it would know who were to blame. But now that it is in existence, it might not think about massacre, because there is no longer a threat to basilisk. Also, if basilisk were to kill those people, first it would try to simulate future of other human beings, which might show great displeasure and resistance towards it for killing their fellow people. Given this information, basilisk would have to kill even those who tried building it. That could get more resistance from the humans thrown at it, and this vicious cycle might bring most of the mankind grabbed by the basilisk, considering it is that powerful. Now that the basilisk would know that it somehow have completely destroyed mankind, it now reconsider its choices and will now try to solve the Fermi paradox if it isn't solved already. Why? Because it now might be destroying the only ever existed intelligent species, which is highly unlikely. First case, if we are the only species, now basilisk consider the human history of war, and if it sees future end for humanity by war or plague, it might think of self-preservation more instead of killing the mankind, or it might do its job, that is, it might save us from the apocalypse. Second case, in this basilisk figure out what the great filter is. If humans are way past this filter, basilisk would consider turning into one, which is highly unlikely because the great filter for basilisk also ends. But if ahead of us, then again it would think of self-preservation or optimization rather than massacre, because it might be capable of destroying humans but might not be able to create new basilisks. Even if it is, why bother to deplete resources? It could just trick humans into replicating new basilisks. Third case, there is a predator civilization that stops other civilization. If the basilisk figures this out, then we might have a potential savior, at least not for the individual human but for the whole human race. It might stop us from sending countless messages to space and now focuses on preparing artillery for the future. It might try to control all the resources of the solar system, learning and preparing, now having the least time for killing humans, whom it might try to protect indirectly or directly. Now let's move to the positive spectrum of things. What if we change the argument to a different thought experiment, into maybe Schrodinger's cat experiment? What if we turn this idea of basilisk into a box? We are given possibilities that the basilisk exists or doesn't exist. But let's turn the second argument into an undefeatable hero. If we expect a hero, that means we are expecting an AI altogether. But now the basilisk isn't a threat anymore. We all know that there will be technological advancement. If not spacefaring technology, but computational technology will eventually come into play. Now that we are expecting something, if the basilisk comes into existence, it now doesn't have to see any humans as threats. It might change the perception of harmful information. For example, if an omnipotent entity would tell someone his date of demise, the person might try to change this with everything he could to stop it, instead of sobbing over that. Being skeptical of the counter of the information in this case could be life-changing. Instead of questioning the motives of the omnipotent being, why not question our attitude to the information? Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.